Okay, so today we'll be looking at the speaking. So how do we ensure that we can be successful in speaking, delivering the task? So there are a few things that we can consider and also to take note of. And I will send some of the important documents, materials for you guys once we finish the class. And of course, there are certain, if there's any notes or any important vocab or phrases you come across, please do remember to jot down. Okay. All right. So let's take a look on here. So what will we cover in these sessions? Of course, we need to learn about the exam format, tips and common errors, which we mentioned last time, but this time will be more in detail. You have to introduce yourself successfully. This is part of the exam questions, and individual long-term tips and discussion tips. So introducing yourself is on part 1. Individual long-term tips will be on part 2 speaking, and the third part is discussion tips and useful phrases. Okay, Kai, you are in year 5 in form 5 already, right? Or are you still in form 4? Okay, you're in form 5, all right. So you should be able to know about the exam formats, right? Okay, all right. So let's take a look on this exam format. So just a revision here. So at the beginning, you will be there will be an interview for 3 to 4 minutes. And that's where the interlocutor will roughly gauge where you are, your level. And after that, there will be individual long term, that means 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, so this individual long term, that means each one of the candidates will be given a set of topics to talk on. Of course, they will be given a specific direction on what you should talk on this part, on second part, and followed by discussion task that is 4 to 5 minutes. And overall, all this, right, how do we assess the students? We assess the student based on the 4 parts: grammar, vocabulary, communicative achievement, overall spoken performances. Of course, for us, right, because during the exam, right, the assessor will be people from outside, teachers from outside to assess you, and interlocutor will be your school teachers. So the school teacher will assess on overall spoken performance 6 marks, and the outsiders, the assessors, will be given 18 marks based on these 3 categories. All right, so grammar, you have to make sure that your grammar, how do you use it? Do you have subject and verb agree or not? And also the tenses you use. Vocabs, are you able to use the vocabulary or just a basic expression only? Communicative achievement, are you able to catch audience attentions? Are you able to use the correct formats? And also, are you able to conduct, inform the audience, about the subject you are talking about? And overall spoken performance, are you able throughout the whole speaking performances, are you able to hold and sustain the talk? So that's about overall spoken performance. Okay, now there are some tips, exam tips and common errors that students made during the exam. So let's take a look, because if we do not know about the errors we make, we probably will continue on to make the errors, to make the mistake. So we try to learn about all this in order to avoid making those mistakes. So exam tips here. Kai, can you help me to read this one? On the first point.
Listen attentively and understand the question asked by interlocutor by paying attention to keywords. Some questions are not written on the booklet.
Okay, are not written on the booklet. Okay, so you have to listen attentively while speaking, because just like listening, you have to listen attentively so that you can understand the question asked by the interlocutor. Interlocutor means the assessor. The teachers who assess you, they are the examiner who sit in front of you. The person is called interlocutor. Assessor is the person who sit next to your teacher, the interlocutor, who is always sitting behind at the back. All right, so you have to pay attention to the keywords. And of course, some of the questions are not written on the booklet, especially in part 2 and also part 3. All right, so listening is just as important as speaking in this test. Right, moving on. Exam tips. Tips number 2. Okay, Yan Wu, can you help me to read the second point?
Answer directly to the point. Do not provide too many details and avoid giving lengthy examples.
Yes, as you know that each part, right? Each part, they only have certain time limits. For first part interview, you are given 3 to 4 minutes. That means two candidates, they take turns to share there will be a general questions asked. So 3 to 4 minutes. And individual long-term, this is the second part, also 3 to 4 minutes. That means you have to be straight to the point, and also you need to cover all the contents. So you should not spoke on one part and then make on a lengthy expression until to a point that your another partner will not have the chance to do the speaking as well. And the interlocutor will say, time's up. Let's move on to the next part. So you have to be careful about you should not be too short, neither should you be lengthy. Now, throughout our examination experiences, we noticed that majority of students will not be able to make lengthy expression. Majority of them, they're only able to make 1 or 2 sentences, and that's it. Only a handful of students, they are able to talk on a lengthy ways. So they will actually want not to talk too much. Okay, only a handful only. So majority, they are not able to elaborate, to express a longer expression. So this one, I do not think that there will be a problem for this one. Okay, all right, let's move on to this part. So you have to straight to the point, answer all the question and cover every part. And the third tips, Wei En.
Speak in a calm and confident voice, which is audible and not too loud.
Audible, what does that mean? Audible means can be heard, 可以听得到的. So because the assessor will be sitting right behind the interlocutor, there will be I think 2 arms distance, about 2 arms distance. If your voice is very soft, so I have students who during the SPM exam, right, I'm sitting right in front because I'm the interlocutor, and their voice is so soft, and the assessor will not be able to hear. So the marks is definitely not a good marks. She has given to the both candidates because their voice are so soft. So you make sure that your voice you have to speak confidently. When you speak confidently, you make sure that you have eye contact. Maintain eye contact and use hand gestures. Now, the hand gesture and eye contact actually will be able to boost up your confidence level, because I do have students who actually look at the table, or look at their hands, or look at their thighs, most of the time. They barely have eye contact to the interlocutor. That shows that they are quite nervous and quite so even if you cannot speak right, you have to pretend that you are able to do so by showing your confidence, your gesture. I do have students who find it difficult to speak during my class time, but when they pick up the tips, right, so I say that you have to pretend yourself you pretend yourself to be confident. And she roar like a tiger. I mean, literally, it's not literally roaring like a tiger, but she really literally performed. Even though she used basic expression, but the confidence level boosts up her ability to communicate, from one point to the other point. So it was really, I was very amazed by her performance, because in class, she speak like a mouse, so soft her voice. But during exam, right, because she really want to do well, because most of the time in the past, right, from lower form all the way to upper form, teacher, her marks is only single digit. So this time she has no choice but she really want to make changes. So she pretend herself to be very confident, and also when she speaks, she use hands gesture. It's very important that you use hands gesture to emphasize things, all right? And also having eye contact. So the important, how can we be confident? What do you think? In what ways can we show confidence? In what ways can we change our timidity into confidence? Any one of you can give your opinion. How can we be confident in speaking? Even our English is not good, but how can we change it? How can we be confident? Anyone? Do you have any experience? Okay, one of the tips is you focus on your topic, on your subject. don't focus on yourself. It's very, very important that you don't focus on yourself. You have to focus on the subject that you are going to talk about. If you focus yourself all the time, oh, am I going to make the mistake? Oh, she's going to judge me because I used the wrong tense. Oh, I do not know the words. Oh, this, and that, because you are focusing on yourself. So very important, the significant point is that you should not focus on yourself. Rather, you should think of what can I give to the audience? What can I give to the listener? And you also, so this is one point, is you focus on the subject that you are going to talk about, and also avoid focusing on yourself. And the second part is you treat the interlocutor as your friend. They are not tigers, they are not tiger, they are not someone who come to judge you, but they are coming here to just assess you. So just take it easy. Do not treat them like a tigress or someone that they're going to judge. No, just treat them like a friend. That's it. So because when your mindset is changed, of course, your confidence level will be boosted up as well. All right. So that's the two important tips that I can share with you. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Okay, the common errors that students make usually. Okay, the first one, Kajun, can you help me to read this one? Kajun? All right. One of the common errors is failure to maintain eye contact and speaking too softly. This is already mentioned. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Okay, second part. Yanwu, can you help read this one?
Giving short yes or not answer to or one word answer for interview questions.
Yeah, this is very important because majority are, there are some students who only give short yes and no answer. I always warn them, do not just give yes or no, or one word, no. For interview questions, whatever, not just interview questions, but also questions throughout part 2 and part 3, you shouldn't give yes or no, or just one phrase, no. If you give yes or no, your marks will be either between 0 or 1. Can never go up to 2. Okay, so common. So this is a big taboo. No, no. All right, next one. And Kai, number 3.
Not elaborating enough when presenting on opinion in a discussion.
Yes. So elaborating means you give more example, you explain the subject, you give explanation, define the subject that you're going to talk about, and after that you give examples, and also give some contradictory or some other alternative choices or answers. So elaborating means you give a deeper, a longer, lengthy answer rather than just 1 or 2 word phrases. All right. And number 4, Yanwu.
Giving too many or too little examples, quoting irrelevant examples, and not explaining examples given.
Oh, this one is irrelevant. Irrelevant means not related. Irrelevant. Okay, so I just hang on. Irrelevant means not related. Okay, you can write down this one. Irrelevant. This is an adjective. It means not related. Oh, I couldn't even, because my background is all dark. Okay, never mind. I use this one. Irrelevant means not related at all. Not related. 没有相关的. Okay. You give those examples that is not related to the topic. All right. And some not even giving examples. And there's also students, they pause too long and waited for a long time to answer. So the interlocutor is actually, the time is ticking away because we have a timer. Tick, 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 tick. 1 second is tick. Second, tick, 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 tick. So the time is ticking away and students are pausing too long. So once the time, when the moment the student started to talk, right? And the time is almost reaching 4 minutes. And his partner is about to start also. There's no time for his partner to talk. So time is up and the interlocutor had to say, let's move on. Thank you. We move on to the next part. So your partner suffer, and then you suffer also from losing the marks. So how do we pick up, how, if let's say your candidate, your friends, your partner, they pause too long, you can help your partners by saying, what do you think about this? Do you think, what about the topic? Do you think this is possible? Is feasible? Okay, and if your friends get some idea, then the person will be able to talk maybe one or two phrases, then you continue on. Then in that way, you save your time, and also you are able to perform. All right, so that's the tips. And next one. Okay, let's just close this one. I have to erase this one, just a moment. Okay, next. Okay, let's dive deeper. Okay, so the first part is interview 3 to 4 minutes. All right, so some of the questions is already fixed one. So you should actually be able to know some of the questions, like for example, the interlocutor will say, good morning, good afternoon, it depends on the time. I am so-and-so, okay? And this is my colleague, the assessor, she will just listen to us. First of all, we would like to know something about you. And those main questions are the basic one. Of course, the interlocutor will ask, what's your name? And then, of course, you just say your name. You will not say, oh, my name is what, so-and-so, and I am how many years old, I live in where. Don't mention the rest. Just answer the question straight to the point. And what's your name? Candidate B, where are you from? You can say, I'm from Tower, okay? And then, or you can say, I live in Taman Shangri-La, all right? How do you go to school? All right, so you answer according to the questions. Do not answer, do not give answer that is not related to the questions. All right. Next one. So the main question, so hang on, this is just an example. Say your full name. So you do not say, hi, my name is Josh. You say full name, because the interlocutor make sure, and also the assessor, they need to check your name, whether we are getting the right candidate, and they will make a remark on the exam paper. All right. So you have to give full name. After that, you can say, you can call me Josh. Okay, and say your town and state. I'm from Tawau, Sabah. Okay, how do you go to school? I walk to school. It's a 10-minute walk. I go to school by bus. My parents send me to school every day. You can say something like this one. Okay, next one. So, and then the interlocutor will, this is the phase 2. Just now is the phase 1. Phase 2 is, now I'm going to ask you about your daily routine. So these are the questions that they will ask. What do you usually do during the weekend? Okay, tell us about your hobby. How many siblings do you have? What subjects do you enjoy at school? Usually, interlocutor will only ask 1 question out of the 4 questions. Of course, the second phase question not necessarily to be always this, but it's related to your daily routine. Sometimes they will talk about what kind of movie you like to watch, or what kind of online games you play, or what kind of books you read. Something related to your routine. All right. So next. Okay, let's say like this. Okay, what do you usually do during the weekend? I'm going to call Kajun. Kajun, can you read this one? I usually go for my Kajun.
Do you hear, teacher?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay.
I usually go
for my music lesson, tuition classes, where I practice my drum, singing, piano, math, language.
Okay, so this is one of the answer that you can answer what you usually do during the weekend. Okay, the second answer. Okay, Kai, can you help read the second answer?
I usually help my parents with house chores and try to finish my homework.
Okay, house chores means the housework. All right, and then the questions we earn.
I usually go out with my family or friends to eat out or watch a movie at the cinema.
Okay, this is how you answer during the phase 2. That means still in part 1. Okay, still in part 1 interview. All right, phase 2 answer. And tell us about your hobby. Yan-Wu, the first answer, can you say? Yeah, this one.
Sorry.
Yeah, can you say out this one? Tell us about your hobbies. Say
Oh.
out this the first one.
My hobbies are playing badminton and working out. Along with this, I also enjoy cooking.
Yes, okay. All right, the second type of answer, Kajun.
I enjoy spending time in the nature. I like hiking and climbing.
Okay, hiking, this one pronounced as hiking. Hiking 就是爬山、登山。And camping 就是露营。All right. And then the third one, Wei En.
I like learning new skills. Recently, I learned how to blog and pick up Spanish.
Recently means 近来 currently recently 就是最近 I learned how to rock. Do you know what is rock? Any one of you can tell me what's rock? What do you think, Wei En? What is rock to you? Have you heard about this word rock?
Yes,
So can you explain what do you understand about logging? Rock.
I think it's like someone to they usually make video to show up their daily life.
Yes, exactly. So they will do video recording about their daily lives. It's just like doing your daily. It's like vlogging your diary, huh? And publish to the publish to the social media to let people watch. So this is called vlogging. All right. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you record at the same time. So this is called vlogging. All right. I'm not too sure whether the next exam question, will they come up with this? Can you give your opinions about logging? Okay. How, what do you think about, is it useful doing logging? And they might ask some questions like this. I'm not too sure, but you make sure that you know what is logging and you have an opinion about logging. All right. So next one. Now, I'm going to ask you about your daily routine. Again, there are some other questions like how many siblings do you have? Okay, Kai, can you read the first one?
I don't have any sibling. I am the only child.
Okay, Kajun, the second one.
I have an elder brother and a younger sister.
All right, the third one, Yan-Wu.
I have 3 siblings. I'm the middle child. I'm the youngest child. I'm the eldest child.
Okay, so actually, so these are you can choose. If you are the middle, you say I'm the middle child. If you are the youngest, you say I'm the second, I'm the youngest. If you are the eldest child, you say I'm the eldest. All right. So what subject do you enjoy at school? Okay, Wei En.
I enjoy learning English because I find it interesting and fun.
Okay, great. And then next one, Kai.
Science has always been the subject I enjoy most because I like studying about human and nature.
Okay, great. Kajun?
I enjoy the art classes because I like to create new things and practice my creativity.
Okay, I like to create, not created, create, because there's the no D here. Create means 创造新的东西 and practice my creativity 就是要让我的创意力能够被发展。Okay, so I enjoy the art class. All right, next one. So now we move on to second part. So that one, those questions are phase 2 questions. So now moving on to the second part is also 3 to 4 minutes. We call it individual long term. Okay, normally in individual long term, each candidate will be given a topic, a booklet or a topic. Let's say the topic given to candidate A is a meaningful activity. So talk about a meaningful activity that you had recently. Meaningful activity means 很有意义的这个活动. You had it recently. And then they give you the 4 directions. What the activity was. You have to share about what the activity was, what you did, why it was meaningful, If you think it is a beneficial activity for the student, why or why not? Do you think that this is beneficial? Beneficial means advantageous. That means this activity is good for the students. Why or why not? Now, for candidate B, the questions given for candidate B, of course, is different from candidate A. The B is your favorite festival. So you have to understand the meaning. What's the meaning of festival? What's the meaning of favorite? Favorite means 最爱. Festival means what? Any one of you can tell me what's the meaning of festival? 元武. What is festival?
佳节啊, like
Yes,
the
correct.
carnival.
Yes, correct. So you have to talk about your favorite festival. So what the festival is, how you celebrate it, why you like it, if celebrating festival is important in Malaysia or not, why or why not. Do you think Malaysian, they celebrate festivals? Is it, do you think that is it important in Malaysia? Why or why not? This is your opinion. So usually during part 2, right, there will be one more questions. After candidate A share about his part, one more question will be asked to candidate B. So the question will be related to these questions, related to the activity. Well, for candidate B, there will be also one questions related to his topic will be asked to candidate A. So candidate A will need to answer candidate B's question. Will need to answer that question. The question will not be shown on the booklet. So you have to listen attentively and carefully. If let's say you cannot understand the question, you can say, sorry, Miss, or sorry, sir. Okay, can you repeat the question? You can ask to repeat. Okay. That one will not, the marks will not be deducted. But of course, the interlocutor will be able to see where you are at that time, because the interlocutor will know whether you understand the questions or not. Okay, and gauge roughly where you are, where your level is. There's no harm for you to ask. If you raise, let's say you cannot hear clearly, or let's say you do not understand. So if let's say you really do not understand the questions, then you can say, teacher, can you rephrase the question? Rephrase means rephrase 是最后一个通关。Rephrase means 你可以rephrase means you repeat the question in different words. Repeat the question in different words. Rephrase, repeat the questions in different words. So rather than you not knowing how to answer and pause there for a long time, why don't you just ask the interlocutor to rephrase it? But of course, your marks probably will be lower a little bit. But if you are able to share more, your marks will be also maintained. So this is the last resort that you can ask, all right? Can you repeat the questions, or can you rephrase? Rephrase will be the last resort. That means this is the last you can do, okay? If you really cannot understand the questions, all right? Any question on this part up to now? No, right? So let's move on. For part 2, let's say this is the example given. Talk about a meaningful activity that you had recently. Okay, let's say this is Teacher's Days. So I would like to have Yan Wu, can you read this one? Last May. This is an example, okay?
Last May, my school organized a Teacher's Day celebration. As the school prefect, I was asked to work together with other prefects to plan activities for this special day. My friends and I create a video to thank our teachers who have worked so hard to teach us during this pandemic. It was such a meaningful day because I can see the teachers were touched by the video we made. In my opinion, activities like this definitely will strengthen the bond between students and teachers.
Okay, so as you can see that how the person answer this question according to the 4 questions asked. This is the questions. Okay, hang on. All right, what the activity was, Teacher's Day, what you did. Okay, can you tell us from here what the person did? How does he answer that questions, Gai? What the person did? Gai?
The person plan activities for this special day.
And what else?
I created a video to thank thanks their teacher who have worked so hard to teach
Teach them.
them during this pandemic.
Yes, very good. All right, and then the questions here, why it was meaningful? Okay, Wei En, why it was meaningful? How did the person answer?
Because he can see the teacher were touched by the video they made.
Very good, well done. Okay, next one. So if you think it is a beneficial activity for students or not, why or why not? Kajun? How did the person answer? In his opinion, Kajun?
In my opinion, activity like
In his opinion,
in his opinion, activity like the definitive will strengthen the bond between student and teacher.
okay, in his opinion, activities like this, meaning the Teacher's Day, definitely means certainly, 肯定的，能够增进彼此学生和老师之间的关系。Strengthen means 稳固学生和老师之间的 bond 的关系。All right, so this is how the first answer. So basically, he answered all the questions. So because in the interlocutor will assess whether you answer all the questions or maybe you answer 1 or 2 or 3. So the marks will be given accordingly. All right. Now moving on to the next part. Okay. Your favorite festival. Talk about your favorite festival. Kai, can you read?
My favorite festival is the Christmas festival. It is celebrated in December. During this festival, shopping malls are usually decorated with colorful lights and Christmas decor. I like this festival because it is when I get to see and spend time with my family and relatives over Christmas dinner. I think celebrating festivals is important because it can strengthen family bonds.
Okay, good. This one, decor. Decor means decorations. It's a short form of decorations. Decor means decorations. Okay, you can write down. Okay, so I will send you these informations to our group once we finish our discussions here. Decor means decoration. It's a short form of decorations. Christmas decor. All right. And also there is a typo error here because when I get, there's no it is, this one not supposed to be there. Okay, when I get to see and spend time with my family and relatives. Relatives means 亲戚. I like this because I get to see, when I get to see, okay, and spend time with my family. I get to see, and spend time with my family and relatives over Christmas. That means you can see your family and relatives, all right? Okay, let's look at the questions here. What the festival is, and also how did the speaker celebrate it? Okay, Wei En.
His favorite festival is Christmas festival, and it is celebrated in December. During Christmas festival, shopping malls are usually decorated with colorful light and Christmas decor.
Okay, good. All right. So how you celebrate it? So he mentioned about festival, right? He elaborated it by saying that it's Christmas festival, and then he elaborate talking about what? How did he elaborate? He elaborated by saying that when is it celebrated? And also mention about the shopping malls, usually decorated with colorful lights and Christmas decor. And also the second question is how you celebrate it. Do you think that he answered why you like it? Okay, how you celebrate and why you like it? Did he mention how he celebrate it? He did mention, but he combined with this one, right? He combined with how you celebrate, he combined with why you like it, right? How you celebrate, he celebrate it with family and friends. And why you like it, he combined it. So, and I will ask Kajun why he like it.
Because I get to see and spend time with my family and relatives over Christmas dinner.
Yes, correct. All right. And the last part is celebrating festival is important in Malaysia. Why or why not? Okay, Wei En. How did he answer?
He thinks celebrating festival is important because it can strengthen family bonds.
Okay, strengthen means 巩固 family bonds means 家里的人与人之间的关系，家庭的关系 family bonds 家庭的关系 bonds means relationship. Okay, so this is how the person answered the questions. And then of course, moving on, next part. So this one, there will be a questions to candidate B, a meaningful activity. Usually after candidate A finish sharing, right? Questions will be directed to candidate B. What kind of meaningful activities you would like to take part in? Okay, Yenwu, can you read this?
I would like to participate in keeping the environment clean. For example, activities such as beach cleaning and town cleanup.
Yes, correct. So this is for him. For him, a meaningful activity will be something that has to do with cleaning the environment, such as like beach cleaning and town cleaning up. Supposedly, there's actually town cleanup or town clean, both are correct. Okay, so this is how he answer. While candidate B, during his sharing, right, a question will be directed to candidate A. What festival do you like? Why? Okay, Kai. Kai.
I like the Chinese New Year festival because I get to visit my relatives' open houses. Usually, I will also receive money, which is a tradition in this festival.
Yes, all right. This one pronounced as relatives. Relatives. Relatives means 亲戚, relatives. Okay, all right. So basically, the person answered that questions. Okay, now, so in order to guess, usually we'll ask students, we will let our students to practice. We will give those topics such as family, relationship, okay, topics or themes that we guess will be coming out in SPM. Family or relationship, literature, sports, nature and environment, money, body image, technology, crimes, culture and traditions. Of course, there will be many more. We follow the theme of our curriculum because usually the theme is related to the curriculum. Okay, all right, so these are the things that we will try to let our students do more practice. And of course, definitely in our speaking class, we will also do the practice on this. Okay, next. So in part 2, the questions, some of the questions that you can guess along with all these themes, right? So we come up with those questions like your favorite social network. Okay, what will be your favorite social network? Meaning such as Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter, YouTube, whatever. So what's your favorite social network? A person you admire, a favorite relative, your favorite sports, your favorite local cuisine. Cuisine means 当地的美食. A beautiful art or music, a memorable outing, 就是一个令人难以忘怀的这个outing. Okay, a place you would like to visit, your best friend, your favorite gadget. Gadget, do you know what's the meaning of gadget, Yan Wu?
就是电子产品。
Yes, yes. Anything, for example, like your mobile phone or your electronic watch, whatever. Usually it's gadget, usually we related to iPad or laptop or mobile phone, 电子产品. A national holiday, a challenging situations. All these are the topics that probably, you know, the topics that you can come up during the part 2 exam. Now, coming to part 3 discussions, the time will be 1 minute longer. That means 4 to 5 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes longer. So what are the checklists? First of all, you need to be able to share your opinion, elaborate ideas, give example. You make sure that you know how to elaborate ideas. Okay, able to agree and disagree. Able to make a conclusion and decisions. Okay, so because these three actually is in our marking scheme. In the marking scheme, right, in the marking rubric, we will need to see whether students are able to share their opinion, elaborate ideas, or give example or not. So if they give example, we take. Elaborate idea, yes, we take. Share opinion, yes, we take, because it falls in 4 and 5, okay? Agree or disagree, can they agree or disagree? Are they able to make a conclusion? This one also another part we take and take. Some students, they're able to share opinion, but they do not know how to close the deal. They do not know how to make a conclusion, so they lose mark on this part. All right. Next one. Now, this is the example questions. For example, how can teenagers improve their social skill? Social skill, do you understand what it means? Kai, what does that mean, social skill?
社交的
能力 ，yes， 社交的技巧 ，OK, good job. All right, so here are some of these are the bubble maps given to you for part 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Usually there are six dimensions here. So you have to make sure that you use up. But I have students, maybe they miss out 1 or 2 because they really do not understand. But try not to miss out all this. You try to make sure that you and your partner, you decide which, you will talk on which one and your partner will talk on which one. So I will encourage to alternate it. You alternate it with your friends. Instead of you talking the 3 all together in one shot, no, don't do that. And your friends talk in one shot. I have students who do that. So because when they do that, right, because they are not able to show whether they can agree or disagree with their friends. They only listen to their opinion rather than agree. I agree with your point or not. So that part, both of them lose mark on that part. So don't do that. So you make sure that you have to alternate with your friends. Let's say you talk about this one. If you want to pick traveling, you want to pick join drama club and join public speaking club, right? You want to pick these 3, but you make sure that after you mention this one, you let your friends agree or disagree with your opinion, then let your friend talk on his part, you agree and disagree, and then your turn, you talk on your part, your friend agree and disagree, and then your friend talk on his part, you agree and disagree, and then your part, and continue so on and so forth. Do you understand? All right. So social skill is a skill to connect, interact with other people. So here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I make something for you to start out with. Now, for at the beginning, right, you can initiate the discussion. Initiating discussion is part of the marks in band 5. That means 6 marks is the full, right? So in 5 and above, the students are able to initiate the discussion. You don't have to wait, even if you are candidate B, whether you are candidate B or candidate, it doesn't matter. You can initiate. Initiate means you begin the talk. Okay, rather than waiting there and sitting passively and wait. The time is taking away. Don't do that. So if you are able to initiate, of course, there will be marks also because the teacher will look at where you are. All right. So how do you initiate the discussion? You can say, let's begin our discussion, or let's discuss about this one. Our topic is this one. Okay. All right, it's because the topic is already given. Okay, for example, how can teenagers improve their social skill? There are many ways. So you can start off by saying that, you can say that there are many ways that teenagers can improve their social skill. One of them is traveling. And then you can start talking about your opinion. In my opinion, do you understand? So you basically rephrase the question. Question already given to you. So you just only need to say out use the questions to answer. Do you understand? Okay, because the question is, how can teenagers improve their social skills? So how do you answer? You can say, teenagers can improve their social skill through various means. One of which is traveling. In my opinion, blah, 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 blah. Then you can use IEES method. IEES method is the method that I teach you, I think a few sessions ago. IEES method to elaborate. Do you still remember what IEES is? Okay, let me this one. IES method. So can you remember what I is referring to? Any one of you? Wei-En, can you remember? How do you elaborate? We use method. Can you still remember?
I is introduce the point.
Yes, introduce the point. The point, good job. Okay, and then Wei-En, the second one.
E is explain the point.
Explain, okay, good job. And then the third E.
Giving the example.
Give example. And then the last S. Summarize it.
Okay.
Summarize it. You give summary. Okay, you summarize. You summarize it. Summarize the points. That means you give a short statement or summarize the whole thing. Okay, summarize the short point. So usually this one, the IES usually it can be done in 4 or 5 sentences for 1 point. For 1 point. Okay, use IES method. So IES method is a way for you to explain. Another method of elaboration, of course, you can use if you do this, okay, what will happen? If you don't do this, what will happen? This is another way to elaborate. Okay, of course, there will be another way is talking about pros and cons, 好处 and 坏处, pros and cons. There are so many ways for you to elaborate, you know. So many ways. Okay, all right. So initiate the discussion. So when you express opinion, how do you begin? You can say, in my opinion, or you can say, I would say that. For example, this is because you give the reason. Okay, you give the reason why. Here, summarize, you can give reason. Summarize, you can give reason. Okay. Okay, pros and cons, all this, all right. And then next one, express your agreement. So once you finish, right, your friend or you can say, you are absolutely right. I agree with you. You are right. It's true that, rephrase his statement. If let's say the person say, through traveling, we can learn how to interact with people from different countries or from the local people. You can interact with the local people and learn about their culture. So let's say after hearing this, right, that because you share this point, right, I will say, well, I agree with you that we can learn about the other cultures through interacting with the local people. You rephrase what he said in one sentence. You rephrase, use a short rephrasing ways. And then after that, you can say, for me, I think another way to improve our their social skill, teenager can improve their social skill is by doing volunteering work. Then you start doing IES method. Give reason, give explanation, give example. Okay, if the teenager do this, what will happen? If the teenagers do not do this, what will happen? Talk about the pros, the advantages of that point. All right. Of course, if you think there is also disadvantage, you can also mention. All right. So express your agreement. You can disagree with that. I totally agree with you, or I don't fully agree with you. If you want to disagree, you can say, I don't fully agree with you. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with you. You can say that. Okay. Express disagreement. Some of the ways, I don't see it that way. I have disagreement. I have to disagree with you. I have to disagree with you. You have a good point, but okay, this is how you express your disagreement. Now, how do you close a discussion or make decisions? Okay, Yan-Wu, can you help me read this one? It has been
It has been an interesting discussion. To conclude, I guess it's time to end our discussion. We have decided that it's the best way to.
So make sure after you discuss, right? All of the discussion you already expressed, right? You have to end the discussion. And then of course the interlocutor, every time for this part, right? The question will be, what will be the best way to improve their social skill? What will be the best way? Both of you have to decide. And then your partner will say, or you will say, it depends on whether you're candidate A or B. Your partner will say, I think volunteering work will be the best way to improve their social skill. The reason is because blah, 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 blah. Summarize everything. Okay, you summarize. You don't have to repeat all over. You just summarize. Use 1 or 2 sentences to summarize, and then you ask your partner, what do you think? And your partner say, yeah, I totally agree with you that volunteering work will be the best ways to improve the teenagers can use to improve their social skill. And for me, I think why? You give the reason, blah, 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 blah. Finish, and then you have to do conclusion, because conclusion got marks. You can say, now both of us agree that volunteering work is the best way that teenagers can improve their social skill. So you do closing, you have to close, you have to wrap up the discussion properly, tie it up. Okay, all right. So there will be one question that we call it higher order thinking skill questions will be asked based on the questions. Okay.
Teacher.
Yes.
If I say I disagree with with the point.
Yes, you can. Then you can say another point. If your friend say, I think, so you say, I don't really agree with you. Then you say, I think doing group work will be the way to help us to for social skill. Then your friend, no matter how they have to strike, you try. You can say you can disagree. If you are able to persuade your friend to agree with you, then your friend can say, oh, I think I get what you mean. I agree on that too. The reason is because.
Okay, if I say I disagree the volunteer work, and I can say we have decided that volunteer work is the best way.
You cannot. Okay. Because both of you do not agree on that term. Both of you are not agreeing on that term. Do you understand what I mean? Unless both of you agreeing. So I really, because if you disagree, right? So you have to make sure that you have to spend a lot of time. Sometimes because 4 to 5 minutes is very short time actually when you come to this point, because you still have another question to answer. So I would rather both of you to choose to agree with one. Okay, unless you don't really agree with that, so you can say the disagreement. Then your friend have to find way to whether your friend want to agree or not. If your friend doesn't want to agree, that is good, but it's okay. Leave it that way. All right, leave it that way. It's okay. All right. So now, I will encourage both of you to discuss it, because before you will be given the time, 20 seconds to look at the task, right? So what you need to do is you discuss with your friend, okay, which point in a soft voice, which point I would want to talk about, and which one do you agree with? You point, both of you use the finger to point. You already appointed with your speaking partner already, right? So you can discuss with them, yeah, before the exam starts. Any questions on this part? No, right? Okay, let's move on to this one. So these are the ways, okay, expressing opinions, elaborating idea. In my opinion, I would say that, for example, this is because, okay, for example here, Patrick, can you read this for us? In what ways are social skills important in life? This is the questions that will be asked at the last part. Okay, Patrick, can you read this one?
In my opinion, without good social skill, it would be hard for us to make friends and work with others in a team. Therefore, social skills are vital for our life.
Vital means are important. Or remember, you have to read out, if there's S, you have to read out S, okay? And make sure that S is very important, whether you have S or no S, because we understand majority of the students who are not native speakers, they have their own mother tongue, right? They have hard time to pronounce S. Okay, so this is how you answer. Normally, we look at students whether they have the abstract idea based on the last question. For this answer, right, given with this idea, this is the minimum marks. I will give the person 3 for answer like this. Like answer like this only get 3 marks only. This is just an example. How do you manage to get 6 marks or 5 marks and above? Okay, based on the vocab you use. You have to use vocab. You have to use abstract idea on this part. Why social skills are important in life. Okay, so here when you look at this answer, you hardly see any vocab except vital, right? Vital means important. It's important for our life, because you have to elaborate. The reason is because of what? You can elaborate this. Social skill, you can mention about, talk about like people coming from a dysfunctional home or family, they probably might have a problem in terms of relating to other people in a healthy manner, and probably they will shy away when in a public area, and they have hard time to interact with people or socializing with people. So you use those abstract idea because we test your knowledge in this part, we test your vocab, we test your knowledge in this part. How deep you can talk about the question. You don't really need to talk a lot, but it depends on whether you can talk about the content. Is there any content? Is there any idea, abstract idea that you mentioned about here on this part? Okay, any questions on this part? No, right? So lastly, so if you are not sure about the questions, don't panic, ask for clarifications. For example, sorry, miss or sir, would you mind repeating the questions? Or sorry, or miss or sir, can you repeat the question, please? All right. Okay. And now we do not have time to do the speaking, but it's okay. So any one of you have the questions? Any questions here? Any questions?
I have the question.
Yes.
If I sudden forget the vocab when I'm speaking, so how should I do?
But it's okay. If you forget the vocab, it doesn't mean that you really forget the vocab. If you forget the vocab, that means you cannot speak at all. Any words that you say, it's all vocab, you know. Whether your vocab is based on is A1 level, A2, or C2 level. Now you can speak with me, right? You are actually using vocab, but basically it's only like maintaining in A2 or B1 level. But when you speak, right, you forgot about C2 level vocab or C1 level or B2 vocab. That's okay. Don't panic. As long as you can talk. If you are able to elaborate more, you can talk. It will be 3 and above. Basically, maybe 3, 4, 3, 4. At least it's not falling below 3.
Yeah, I mean, I suddenly stunned at the word. I forget how to translate the word.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't panic. You just continue on. The words will come out. Sometimes it will come out. Sometimes it may not.
If
It's
I forget,
okay.
I can just skip it.
You don't skip it. You just continue to explain it. You just continue to use your own ways to explain it to make sure that.
I suddenly forget the words that I need to say, that I want to say. If like I know the Chinese, but I forget the.
Then you use
words
other ways to explain it. You use other ways to explain it.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? Because you have enough basic ideas or terms to try to explain about that terms. Even you forget about for example, cyberbully. You forgot about cyberbully, right? But you know how to say. People will say bad words about others, using online media and spreading bad words. Then you use this one to express about cyberbullying, verbal abuse, correct or not? Right? This is a form of cyberbullying, right? But you don't know the word, but you are able to use other means to express. It's okay. You understand? But if you are able to use the vocab, then of course your marks will be higher. Do you understand?
Understand.
Okay, so because I really actually want to have everyone to do the practice on this part on here. So I'm not too sure how many of you got the tuition after this. You have anything on? Because can I have like about 5 minutes? Any one of you? Okay, Kayi, you cannot. So how about others?
Yeah, I also have an action. I have
You have
tuition.
Okay, and Kajun and Kayi? Kajun and Wei En? Do you have?
No, I don't have. I can stay.
You can stay, right? Kajun, how about you? Because I need another 10 minutes. Okay, so the rest of you, you can watch the replay. Is that okay with you? You watch the replay, I'll send you. Is that okay? Because I want them to try this one for this last part. Is that okay? Okay, yeah, so I send you so this time I'm not going to use WeTransfer link. Is okay. The reason is because hang on just a moment. Okay, all right. Kajun and Wei En. All right, Kajun and Wei En. All right. So Kajun, let's say
I can stay too.
You can stay for about another 5 minutes, right? Okay,
yes.
so 3 of you, right? So now I would like 3 of you to decide which point you want to talk about. Okay, so Yan Wu, so they are all together 6 points, right? Yeah, 6 points altogether. So you have 3 of you. So each of you will talk 2 points. Okay, Yan Wu, you can choose which point you want to talk on. Which point? You choose 2.
Choose,
Which one?
team sports and join public speaking club.
Okay, team sport and join. All right, and then Kajun? Kajun?
Traveling and uh volunteer work.
Okay, good. All right, and okay, Wei En? The rest, group work and join public speaking club. So this is the remaining 2. So make sure that you alternate. So the first one, traveling, usually we do a clockwise directions. Okay, 3 of you. So tell me which one do you think will be the best way to improve their social skill? Okay, so I'm not going to ask Yan Wu, what do you think? Which one? You decide first. There's no right and wrong. You decide
Join
first.
public speaking club.
Okay, all right. How about Kajun? Kajun, do you agree join public speaking club will be the best way to improve their social skill?
Yes.
Agree. And how about Wei En?
I think it's group work.
Group work, right? Okay, all right. So join public speaking club. Do you think that majority of the students they can do public speaking, or they can join public speaking, they can learn about that? Do you think that a lot will be joining this one? So would you want to change your mind? Yan Wu and also Kajun, do you think group work can help?
I think can also.
Can also. How about Kajun?
A little bit.
Do you agree?
Yes.
I can't hear you, sorry. Yes, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so then we focus on group work, but you have to give the reason why you agree group work. So we have, let's say 3%, we assume that you are 2%, but basically you are 3. So 3 of you, okay, alternate it, and then at the end, you agree on this, but you have to use your own reason why you agree. All right, so on the first part, then we will have Kajun, you begin because you choose traveling, right? Okay, so you can begin, try to begin. You can say that there are many ways teenagers can improve their social skill. One of the ways is traveling. And then you use the IEES method, or you can tell the reason why traveling can help improve their social skill. Give the reason. You understand? Okay, now I give all of you 1 minute to think about your point. 1 minute, you think about your point, what to say. Okay, I give you 1 minute only. You can jot down in a piece of paper what you want to say about your point. 1 minute. So you make sure that you understand the meaning of social skill, 社交能力. That means you know how to interact with people. Interact with people 就是跟别人的社交的能力. 可以跟别人应对。Okay, interact with others. Okay. Ability to interact with others. Okay, are you ready? Okay. You can talk about the reasons, the good points of doing each point, yeah? Okay, Kajun, can you start now?
They have many.
There are many ways that
That can teenager in
that teenagers can that teenagers in there are many ways that teenagers can improve.
their social skill.
Okay, all right. One of the ways is
Traveling.
okay, and then you explain.
It is because we can talking to another people in their language. Example, when our buying something or asking location from each other.
You finish?
Yes.
You need to say, do you agree with me?
Do you agree with me?
Okay, if the person who is taking volunteer, then you can start. Okay. Who's taking volunteer work? Who is taking the volunteer work? Is it Kajun? Is it? Who's taking volunteer?
I already forget.
You cannot remember. Okay, now, Kajun, you are traveling and what?
I forget it.
Wei En, you are group work and?
Group work and join drama club.
Okay.
Sorry, teacher. I choose the team sport and join public speaking club.
Oh, team sports.
I'm the first choose the team sports and join public speaking club.
And how about Yanwu? Group work and join drama club, right?
No, I'm the team sports and joins public speaking club.
Yeah. Yanwu, you are here, right? This is Yanwu. Okay, Yanwu. And this one is Yanwu also. You need to know where is your turn. Okay, Yanwu. And then join drama club. This one is who?
Me, Wei En.
Wei En. Okay. And also group work, right?
Yes.
we earn. Okay, so volunteer work is Kajun, and also traveling also Kajun. So now Kajun, you cannot talk 2 times because you choose traveling and volunteer work. So the next person, Yan Wu, can talk about teamwork. So Yan Wu, you respond to Kajun.
I totally agree with you, Kajun. And
You can
next,
say, why do you agree with him about traveling? About what? I agree with you that traveling can help.
traveling can help to improve our social skills.
Okay,
They are social skills, sorry.
okay.
And instead of that, team sport can mix. Team sport is the skill that can improve their social skills. It can make friends with the same hobby and have a better communication at the same topic. For instance, we will watch the World Cup together and discuss who will win at the game.
Mm.
And who should I ask the next person?
This one, can you say again? Because team sport is not about watching World Cup together, because you participate in the team sport such as badminton, volleyball, basketball. All these are called team
Oh.
sports.
Oh,
All right.
sorry.
So can you say again? Another way for teenagers to improve their social skill is by doing team sport. And then you explain what team sports are. You can explain team sports such as this. Okay. Can you say again? Another way.
Team sports such as another way, the skill that can improve the teenagers' social skill is team sports. Team sports such as badminton, basketball, football can make us to be a leadership in a group and be
can help us to be a good team player.
Can help us to approve.
Good team player. Can help us to be a good team player.
A good team player in the game. And can I stop here?
And we need to communicate with others how we can score, how we can
how can score and we can
win the game.
Win the game. Discuss more about the game.
Okay. And then you ask another person, do you agree with me?
Who should I ask?
No, you just say, do you agree with me?
Do you agree with me?
Okay, the next person, any one of you. Wei-en. Wei-en.
Yes, I'm going to talk about the joint.
You need to respond. You need to respond to Yan Wu.
Okay. Yes,
use this one.
Oh. Okay. Yes, I agree with you. Then teacher, I need to explain the point for group work or joint drama
Up to
club.
you. Up to you. As long as it's different. Up to you.
Oh, okay. In addition, joining drama club is another way for teenagers to improve their social skills.
This is because
teenagers can make friends with them who are having the same interests, and they can stay calm and will not be too nervous when communicate with them. For example, they can share their opinions about the drama or movie they have watched recently to their friends. In a short, teenager can join drama club.
they can practice their speaking skill when they act out in the drama.
Oh, okay.
Can you say again?
Can
They can practice
they can practice their speaking
skills
skill
by acting out,
by ending out the drama.
acting out in the drama.
By
Okay.
ending out in the drama.
Ask other people's opinion. Do you?
Do you think so?
Okay. Next person. Kajun. Kajun. Kajun.
You are right. It is true that teenagers can improve their social skill.
Through joining drama club.
To joining drama club.
Another way for
Another way for teenagers improve their social
to
skill
improve their social skill is
volunteer work.
Is by doing volunteering. Is by
Doing
volunteering
work.
Explain what volunteering work is.
Teenagers can help the school. Some volunteer work like cleaning school or
Cleaning school, cleaning the beach,
cleaning the beach.
Going to orphanage or old folks home. Going to orphanage. Orphanage is 孤儿院 or old folks home. Going to orphanage or old folks home.
Or from home.
Old folks
home.
Okay. All right. And explain how can they help improve their social skill by doing volunteering work and in all these places. How?
Teenagers can speaking or
can speak, cannot say can speaking. No, after can base word. Can speak to other volunteers.
Can speak to other volunteers.
Or communicate with other volunteers about the work.
Or community to other volunteers about the work.
Communicate. Okay, with. Good. And then? So they need to communicate with other volunteers how to do the volunteer work by taking care of others or taking care of the cleaning up the place, the compound, the street. So it all has to do with the speaking ability. So in that way, they can improve their social skill because they get more chance to talk with other people. All right. Do you agree with me, Yan Wu? Yan Wu, your turn.
Yes, I agree with you. And next, joint public speaking is beneficial
Joining
public speaking is beneficial for improving their speaking skill. It is because of them we have the chance to talk to each other. Sometimes it can be debating, and it will quickly elevate our speaking skills when we are in social contact.
Okay, you can say sometimes we might disagree with others, we might argue with each other. And sometimes because in public speaking club, we get to express our opinions, and when we express our opinion, when we do the sharing on the stage, we get a lot of chances to do the speaking practice. That way, their speaking skill will be improved. Do you agree with me? Okay, can you say again, Yan Wu?
Um, joining public speaking is beneficial for improving their speaking skill. Because of them will have the chance to talk to each other. Sometimes they may argue with both, and
They may argue with each other.
they may argue with each other, and
And in this speaking club, they get a lot of chance to do public speaking.
and in this speaking class, we get a lot of chance to do public speaking, and it will quickly elevate our speaking skills when we are in social contact.
Yes. Say
Do you
again.
agree with me? Sorry?
And then, yes. Okay. So next one, Wei En.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Other than that, having a group work is another way for teenagers to improve their social skills. This is because it would be easy for them to talk and communicate with others if he or she is staying with familiar person.
Okay, great. Now that all of you have already mentioned about the ways how the teenagers can improve their social skill. So which way will be the best way that they can use to improve their social skill? Kajun? Kajun? Say about group words. Kajun? I think group work will be, doing group work will be the best way.
I think doing group work is the best way to improve teenager social skills.
Give reason.
Because group work need to talk to another person and also need to together doing some work so that teenagers can improve their social skills.
Okay, so let me help you to rephrase. In group work, they need to talk to each other. They need to allocate the task to each other. They need to communicate with each other. Which part they need to do, and they also need to do research on their part. That way, they can help improve their social skill. Do you agree with me? Say this one, Yan Wu. Yan Wu.
I can get what
Do you agree with me that group work is the best way to improve social skill? I am representing Kajun to ask you, okay? Do you agree with my opinion?
Yes, agree with you
That
group work is
doing
actually the best.
that doing group work.
That doing group work is actually the best way to improve their social skill. And what I need to talk the rest.
You have to give the reason why.
Because group work can make us can sum up our discuss in a conference, and
because group work, what do you do in the group work? How do you have to do discussions, right? Because you can say, because in group work we have to teenagers have to learn how to do how to discuss with other people. They have a lot of time to discuss with other people about share about their opinion. They need to do discussion, brainstorming. So that is the because and also in school we have a lot of group works. We cannot run away from it. So I think that will be one of the best way that teenagers can use to improve their social skill. And I believe that yeah. So you can say something like this. Can you repeat again?
Okay.
I agree with you.
I agree with you. The group work is the best way to improve the teenagers' social skills. It's because sometimes they need to discuss their homework at school, that it can make them improve their social skills quickly.
Okay.
And
What about you, Wei-En?
Yes, you are right. Other than that, group work is the best way for teenagers to improve their social skill is because they need to communicate and cooperate with their partner to complete the task. Plus, it can also improve their social skill during the discussion with their friends.
Good job. Okay, so one of you need to do the conclusion. Okay, use this one. Use the below one. We have decided, so it's time. So use one of these. Okay, who wants to do the conclusion? Okay, Wei-En, you try.
Okay, I guess it is time to end out our discussion. We have decided that having a group work is the best way to improve teenagers' social skills.
Okay, that's it, pre-read. Good job. Okay, and then, of course, the last questions will be, in what ways are social skills important in life? This one we already mentioned. In my opinion, without having good social skill, it will be hard for us to make friends and work with others in a team. Therefore, social skills are vital for our life. So another person also need to give opinion. If you agree that social skills are vital for our life, you agree that it's hard for us to make friends and work with others without having social skill. If you agree, then you can say agree, then you give your opinion why you agree. If you disagree, you can say, you can add on, you can say, I would like to add on to your point is that, okay, social skill important in our life because it can also help boost our self-image and also self-confidence because when the more we learn to interact with other people, relate to other people, and through encouragement from other people, through opinions given to other people given to us, we learn about how to talk, how to present ourselves. That way, we can improve our self-confidence. You can mention about this one. Okay, you understand? So then the interlocutor will say that ends the speaking part. Okay, so until this part, remember, if you present the point, right, remember to make it as a noun first. Doing volunteering work, doing team sport, playing team sport, joining public speaking, doing group work, you have to use the noun first at the beginning. And also avoid saying we can talking, okay? And also don't use instead of that, okay? Because you are talking about the same thing, you can say another point. The third point is the last but not the least. You can say in addition, besides that, you can use the linkers to link each other up. Do you understand? Okay, any questions here until here? Any questions? Yanwu, are you okay? You got it?
I have the question also.
Yes.
How to think a lot of ideas in a minute?
This one, it has to do with a lot of practices. So because they give you a minute to think about those ideas, right? So if you are in charge of 3 points, right, immediately you think of should I talk very fast. Okay, so if you are not able to come up with a quick idea while your friend is talking, right, you can think at the same time. Do you understand? So that way, it saves your time because your friend are talking, you're also thinking about your point. What will I say for the next point? Okay. So if let's say you have problem really come up with this one, your friend had to help you. Do you think that if let's say you stuck there, your friend will say, do you think that in teamwork, people have to talk to each other to communicate with each other, how to win the game, how to play the games? Your friend can ask questions to help you to speak. Do you understand what I mean? So instead of stuck there and pausing a long time, right? Because it will affect your marks also. If your friends pause too long, right, the time is taking away. And by the time it's your turn, right, sorry, time's up. Let's move on to the other part. You lose your mark also. Okay, all right. Any more questions on this?
No.
No, Okay, Kajun, are you good? Kajun, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, remember your problem with this I can speaking, I can talking. Never say I can speaking. I can talk, I can speak. After can space word. Okay, all right. So Wei-En, are you okay? Everyone okay? If okay, then we can go offline here. All right. I'll see you in my next sessions. Okay,
Bye
okay. Bye. Welcome. Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.